Hiya guys, it's Waz with some more jet bikes. I hope you lot aren't getting sick of seeing these jet bikes, because I'm not getting sick of making them, to be honest with you. These have come out really well. I know I say this on a lot of my videos. Oh my god, this is awesome. But I really have enjoyed making these, and I say this to my mate all the time. He says, when I really enjoy making a model, you can tell, because I really go to town on it. And these were really cool to make. I'll start off with this one first. This one's the knob, and they're all 100%, apart from the figure, scratch built. So obviously that's not scratch built, and that bit's not scratch built, but this is all scratch built. Even the base, I've made the base myself. They're moulded. I do make them bases. But yeah, it's all 100% scratch built, guys, and I'm so pleased how they've come out, because I'm struggling to get hold of Dakar jets at the moment. So normally, as some of you know, well, most of you know, I make these usually out of Dakar jets. So I thought, do you know what? I'm not paying 10 quid anymore for bloody Dakar jets. Dakar jets. Deathcopters. So I decided to go on to go about it myself and make. And I said, what I did was these. By the way, I've already been asked this question on the photo video. These are like a drink top thing. They're like a squeezy kids yogurt drink top thing. You just take them off, and they get thrown away usually. I've kept them, and they've come out really well. Apart from I'm really disappointed with this one. Obviously, when you've cleaned everything up and then you paint it and then you dry brush, it highlights fine detail. So if you look here, you can start to see some of the writing come through. It says, I don't know what it says, but there's some writing on there, and I'm a bit annoyed about that, because I am terrible at not getting rid of all the mould lines, and I only see them when I've started bloody painting them, so it's really a nightmare. So yeah, if you see some mould lines, guys, yeah, I already know they're there, so you know, me bad. Alright, but anyway, so yeah, these are all mostly well, I'd say 95% scratch built, these, so they're pretty unique, especially this back bit here that I've decided to do, because these were supposed to be quite special jet bikes for my mate. He that's what he asked for. So yeah, so I've stuck these to the bases. By the way, I'm pretty sure he's all right with that. I stuck the last lot to the bases, and he never said anything. So yeah, so all the guns are scratch built as well. They're just quite a simple made up gun. I made the handlebars up. The way I did the handlebars, by the way, guys, is I had the figure sit on the bike, and then I put the arm on, but I had the arm in a position where I could see, and I thought, yep, do you know what, that's going to sit there. So I put the arm out like that, I cut the wrist, twisted it round. Okay, and then what I did was I cut this bit of, I stuck 2 discs on either side of his hand, and then I cut this bit of piping here to the size I needed it. So I cut it, filed it, put it in position. No, it didn't fit. Filed it a bit more, put it in position, then it fit. Then once I'd got this side I was happy with, then all I did was build this just to mimic this side as best I can, out of piping. And again, with this, all I did was I got some really thick cotton, and it is really thick cotton, and I, with a bit of super glued it on, wrapped it round this, and then cut it off at the end and just painted it, and it looks pretty cool. It looks like a little grip. So yeah, so this one's the boss bike. Obviously this is I've drilled a little hole here. Obviously you can see that because I'm pointing at it. That's for a squib that's coming. I've got a friend in New Zealand that's making me a squib, and I'm going to pin it, and send him it, and then he'll just stick the squib there on the front of the bike. Obviously you'll all recognise what boss this is. It's the boss from Black Reach. Again, all I done was built the back up, all the scratch built. I put a little tube in through here, made a little seat, cut down. He had like a little like kilt thing going on here, so I cut that, trimmed that all off, and had him sat down on this bike. So this is in fact how he stands. So if you look at it, it actually looks looks as if it's purposely made for a jet or for a bike of some sort. So I stuck him on. I did some trimming work on his hands. I mean, I'm not the greatest of mini modeler. All right. I mean, you can still see it's a bit. His finger there's a bit naff. But like I said, I'm not that great at modelling mini stuff. And it's a little bit hacky there as well, which I'm a bit disappointed with. Mould line, yeah, I know all about that one, guys. Bastard, I can't believe that mould line. Anyway. So yeah, it's he looks really well. He suits this bike so well. And then all I did was I took the head off the Black Reach boss, and I stuck a knob head on just to you know, give him a different look for a boss. He's got this massive body as this boss, and his gun as well. I played around. I took his gun off. I didn't want to throw it away because obviously I'd cut his gun off about here. And I thought, do you know what? I can make that gun look pretty cool. And that's what I did. It's got a little gun there. Well, not little, it's massive, isn't it, really? And also the Gatling cannons as well. He likes the Gatling cannons. Yeah, turned out really well. Obviously, I got that from my bit box, but yeah. And I did the same, exactly the same with the handlebars. All right, no difference whatsoever. And that's that one. And then the last one is the PainBoy. And this PainBoy is a pain as well. It was a right pain. But still fairly easy to do. Again, I made it all from scratch. Put a beam across here. I made like a little tank here, because at the back of him, the way he sits, there was this massive gap at the back of him, and it just didn't look right. So I thought, you know what, I'll put a little tank there, so you can, if you can just see inside, yeah, it's not so much of a gap now, so it doesn't look daft. I made a little seat for him to sit on. You can barely see it, so to be honest with you, it was hardly worth doing. And again, he had like a little apron thing going on, so I had to trim the apron off, all right, and sit him down, and he sat down really well. Look at his feet. I built these to match his feet, so I didn't build these first. I built these after I'd stuck him down. So he's got like a little push pedal here with like a button on the push pedal, and then underneath I made like a little platform, and then on this side he's got his little pet stump leg thing, his robotic leg. That's not even touching it, but again, you don't really notice it at all. It's worked out really well. And like I said before, I built this arm on here, and then I did the arms exactly the same as the other ones. The only thing is, this arm here is from an normal orc boy. Obviously, normally get an arm here with his injection thing on and everything. So all I did there was I just made an arm from that body, changed it all around, cut it at the wrist here. Here's a tip for you guys. If you're changing the look on things, try and cut it where there's a line, like there and like there. Obviously it's easier to hide what you've done, if that makes sense. Well, I hope it makes sense. So yeah, it's like some people make figures like, I'll give you for instance another one quickly. His pistol is normally a bit more straighter, but what I did is I cut it here, and then I just twisted the whole pistol round a little bit and just stuck it back on, and that little tiny bit of detail just makes the pistol a little bit better rather than having it straight on. It just gives him a bit more fluid, if that makes sense. Well, I'm sure it does. But yeah, so there you go, guys. I hope that's enough information for you on these beautiful jet bikes. They are really, really beautiful. I'm so pleased with them. Yet again, I've excelled and made some beautiful models, and I hope I inspire you. That's why I do this, guys. I do it to inspire you guys to go away and do your own stuff. There may well be some stuff coming in the pipeline soon as well. Keep your ears out. I've got a guy in New Zealand, one of my friends. He's an absolute amazing mini modeler. He makes these amazing models from green stuff, and he's starting to do some moulding work with some of my stuff. So you may well see some of this coming out, and you lot being able to buy it. And I'm pretty 100% sure it'll be dirt cheaper than Games Workshop ever are. Right, guys, that's it. I will leave you to it. I'll try and get this video uploaded straight away, because I know some of you are screaming for it. Well, anyway, see you later, guys. Wagon.